I supposed to feel it? It's my Christmas shirt, y'all.
Welcome to The Lounge, where I, Aminah Hughes, talk to people in the music, film and other creative industries about the essence of their craft. Hello everyone and welcome to the very first holiday special for The Lounge, Screenwriters Christmas. Yay! I'm delighted to be joined today by a gaggle of screenwriters and we are all set for some holiday fun. Now, whether you're celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, or as Smokey Robinson calls it, Chanukah, whether you're celebrating summer solstice, winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, or being a big old atheist, you are very welcome to be here and celebrate screenwriting and the magic of movies with us. We are live streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you're like me and you only get time to listen to podcasts when you're in the car or doing the dishes, this episode will soon be available on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Deezer, and Castbox. But then, of course, you won't get to see our lovely faces. And please do join us on YouTube if you can, where we can see your comments and questions. And you can join in a bit later on for some interactive fun. So I would like to introduce my guests. I have with me today former Director of Script Competitions at Austin Film Festival, Stephen DeBose, plus screenwriters, Peter, I'm going to get this wrong. It's not Feuchtwanger, it's Feuchtwanger. Is that correct?
Close enough.
Okay, Peter Feuchtwanger, I think. Rich Orstad, Sam Tahhan, Jennifer Dunn, Danielle Nicki, Collin Lieberg, Jimmy Clabots, Chip Riggs, Janese Taylor, Tim Westland, Karen Franz, and my producer, Travis Currie. I just want to give a huge thank you to Travis, who spent many sleepless nights setting up the capabilities for this show, building a special app to get us all on after I invited many more people than I was supposed to. So huge round of applause for Travis. Thank you, Travis.
No problem.
So I'm going to ask everyone of my guests to turn your mics on and join in because this ain't an interview, it's a party.
Whoop, whoop. Cheers.
In the house.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, so now I have some Christmas bells as well. If I need to get a bit festive. Oh, Nathan Spiteri, fantastic. We've just been joined by Nathan Spiteri all the way from Canberra today, normally based in New York and LA. So I'm going to do a quick whip around first of all, and ask each of my guests, in case people don't know who they are, to introduce yourselves. And I'm going to call each of you out. I'm going to start with Rich because I just want to give you a huge congratulations. You recently optioned your screenplay.
Thank you.
Huge, yay. Congrats, buddy.
Great.
Yes.
Yay.
Nice.
Thank you.
So I've got 4 questions for everyone. Who are you? Where are you? What do you write and what are you drinking?
So I'm starting. Okay, so Rich Orstad. I am in Los Gatos, California. I write mostly family style uplifting stories, and but I venture into the other areas too, which is great. And currently I'm drinking a Basil Hayden on the rocks in a very nice Santa glass highball. Isn't that nice?
Great. Okay, let's go with Chip.
Hi, I'm Chip Riggs. I am
a screenwriter living in Atlanta at the moment, heading to LA this summer. And I write a lot of genre, action, thriller kind of stuff. That's my favorite. And I think I forgot the other question. Was that it? Did I forget anything?
Where are you? What do you write? What are you drinking?
Oh, what am I drinking? That's right. The most important thing. My two favorite drinks, I have chocolate milk and Hawaiian punch because I am an overgrown 5-year-old. So
just no mixing, no mixing.
oh, yeah.
Peter.
Yes, Peter Feuchtwanger. I'm in New York City. I write multi-genre, thriller, action, family, and the one that seems to be getting traction right now is my romantic dramedy. And I'm drinking hot chocolate in my festive mug.
Wee. Janese.
My name is Janese Taylor. I'm a screenwriter, multi-genre. I prefer sci-fi. I am currently working on a horror script that I don't think I'm ever going to finish. And I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm overachieving here because I have tea and water.
And water. Great. Important. Okay, Karen, Franz.
Hello. So I am a screenwriter based in Washington, D.C., and my writing focuses on usually pretty dark dramas, sometimes thrillers. And I think that sometimes I tend to write some family stories, lighter type of fare stuff. And I am drinking an iced latte in my Yeti.
Hey, welcome, Karen. Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam Tahhan. I am a writer, director who splits time in Denver and Los Angeles. I wrote science, like a comedy, action comedy, kind of in the vein of The Boys, so uber violent and slasher type stuff. And then, but the directorial debut will be with science fiction film I wrote. So I am drinking water because I have to work tonight. So
Fair enough. Danielle.
Hey there. I'm Danielle Nicki. I am currently in Ohio outside of Cincinnati, and I am a drama plus writer. I like to say that. So I like to write all the things that kind of fall into drama, supernatural, thriller, you know, all of that stuff. And I am drinking a cab. Cheers.
Nice.
Oops. You locked up there. Was that me?
I think, I think she said a calf.
She was drinking a cab.
A cab.
I don't know what that is. Oh,
Cabernet.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, wino speaking here. Sorry, I'm speaking
No, that's okay. I'm just
It's early in the morning for you, you know, whatever.
No,
You got your cab, you got your zin.
I don't know if we have cab without the salve. We have cab salve.
Oh, cab.
Yeah, drinking calves is a different Zoom.
All right, Tim Westland.
Hello, I'm Tim Westland. I'm a multi-genre screenwriter, anything from horror, drama, sci-fi, superhero, action adventure. I don't like to be stuck in one place with writing. I'm in Southern California, about 60 miles south of Hollywood. I like to say that better than saying the OC. And we all know why. And I'm drinking a Diet Coke in a signature can.
Ooh. Does it? Whose signature? Does it have your name on it?
No, it will in a second, though.
Get it as soon as you have a Sharpie. Stephen DeBose.
Save that can because that might be famous one day.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sell it on eBay.
Sell it on eBay. Bing.
Stephen DeBose.
I am Stephen DeBose. I was the director of the script competitions at the Austin Film Festival, and I am a writer myself. I generally write comedy, drama, and grounded sci-fi. And I am in Austin, Texas right now, and I'm drinking a Modelo Especial. Nice little
Nice.
lager.
Welcome, Jennifer.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer Dunn. I'm an aspiring TV writer, so I write a lot of spec drama pilots right now. They're all pretty drama with a hint of supernatural, and they're all very Southern flavored. Oh, because I'm in about an hour north of Atlanta. So I'm in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in Georgia. Hi, Chip. Chip and I are Braves fans. We share that on Twitter. Hi. And what was the other one? Oh, and what am I doing? Oh, wait. And I call my style Hillbilly Shenanigans. It hasn't really caught on as a genre yet, but I think it's going to one day. I'm going to make it catch on. And yeah, it will. Thank you. And I'm drinking tea.
Awesome.
Come on, you gotta have moonshine if you're into shenanigans.
Right? Listen, I've had my share of moonshine. Believe me.
I know.
I think we met in a donut shop, right, in Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm, we did in Voodoo Donuts.
Voodoo Donuts.
I could go for one of those right now.
Voodoo.
There you go.
Good.
Voodoo. I was thinking
care package.
I was remembering it wrong.
Overnight it.
Thank you.
All right, Jimmy C.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Clabots. I live in LA. I write drama mostly. Have written some sketches, and I am drinking limoncello liqueur, which is cheesecake water for y'all.
Lovely.
But it's actually pretty delicious.
Awesome. I saw, Jimmy, as well on your LinkedIn that you used to play Prince Charming at Disneyland.
I did, yeah. I was a little theme park musical boy for a while.
Very special.
Yeah.
All right, Collin with 2 L's. Collin.
Collin with 2 L's. Hi, I'm Collin Lieberg. I am currently outside of DC, Washington, DC. I write drama and genre television about outsiders struggling to fit in. Hopefully that kind of questions the status quo while entertaining. I am drinking vodka and pomegranate juice with some pomegranate seeds.
Festive.
Ooh, lovely. Nathan Spiteri. Hey, buddy.
Hey guys. Hi, I'm Nathan. I am based in New York. I do live in New York, but I am Australian, so I am back in Australia now for the summer and to see family. I write, I guess, screenplays, and I just finished writing my first novel, which is being printed in February, which is a memoir. Yeah, which is kind of exciting and scary, which is a memoir. I'm also writing a limited series about my life, and I'm also writing a limited series about another book that I was given. So lots going on.
Awesome. And Nathan's an actor as well.
And I'm an actor as well.
Which is how we met, actually.
Yes.
You were acting in something in New York, and we met in the bar. All right. Well, I'm Aminah, and I'm in Perth.
Wait.
Oh,
Hold
yes.
on. What's Nathan drinking?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Right.
Oh, I'm boring today. I'm just drinking water. I'm just drinking water, so nothing exciting.
It's 1 o'clock where Nathan is in the afternoon, so
You
it
need
would
some
probably
cheesecake in there.
yeah. So I'm in Perth, but I some of you might know I will be moving to LA sometime in 2021, which somehow in the plans. I don't know if you all know, but I'm currently suing the President of the United States.
Excellent.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Thank you. Well, no, we won. It's over the immigration ban, and I just got my green card. So celebrating that, and now I have to activate it. So I'm waiting to see what will happen with when Biden is safely in the fumigated White House. So I'm now, I write a drama with a touch of magic realism, and I am drinking an iced coffee. So welcome everybody. Now, thank you so much for being here. Oh, Travis, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Travis. I'm located on the east coast of Canada. Not a writer, but I do production work. I'm filmmaker, editor, audio engineer, and right now I just finished chugging back a caramel water, which you can't see because of my virtual background, I realize.
So you're not in space.
You're not in space.
I'm so disappointed.
Disappointing.
I was way off.
Oh, we thought you were joining us from the International Space Station.
Would be impressive.
Okay, so I want to ask everyone about your favorite Christmas movies. I know this is a really big thing in the States. I have a confession. We never really did Christmas movies in my house. It was always about the songs that were playing on the record player for us at Christmas time, which would go through, right from when we were decorating the tree, just through the whole holiday season. War is Over, obviously being a favorite. There was a lot of Elvis going on. But so I never really had a favorite Christmas movie, and there's lots of Christmas movies I haven't seen. So I'm going to need some recommendations. So I'm going to ask y'all, what is your favorite Christmas movie, and have any special childhood memories attached to a movie, or what you love about it? So I wonder if I should go round. So we'll start with Chip.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually an easy one. My favorite Christmas movie, and it's not particularly close, is one of the greatest movies of all time, which is of course Die Hard. And
Yes, it should be, yes.
also one of my favorite LA movies. And I love it because it is perhaps the best action movie ever made. It certainly is in a class among few. So I'm a big fan. So by the way, and I saw something on, yeah.
I'd just like to say welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
Exactly.
it. I saw something, Stephen D'Souza, the guy who wrote it, had something he put up on Twitter the other day that was able to demonstrate factually that there is more Christmas in Die Hard than there is on Miracle on 34th Street. So it is absolutely a Christmas movie, according to the guy who wrote it. So there we go.
Yeah, I'm going to step in here and say I agree with you, because I interviewed D'Souza on a panel for Screencraft, and I brought that up to him, because that was the first thing I wanted to get out the gate to verify. And he happily agreed that yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Absolutely. And he shared like a list that he had with him that compared the setting is a Christmas party. Mm-hmm. He compared Die Hard against White Christmas, and that was the list, right? And it basically went toe for toe with White Christmas, in terms of location, having a German ringleader, and the explosion, number of Christmas songs, all of that. So it's great.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely a Christmas movie.
Yep. I'll even just throw in there real quick. Not only is Die Hard a Christmas movie, Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie. So I just want to point that out too. So I'm a Die Hard truther when it comes to Christmas movies. Yep.
You're a Die Hard fan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, I know a lot of people like Love Actually. I'm on the fence. It's okay.
I think it's nice.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's okay. It's nice to watch once or twice. I'm done.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I'm done. I'm cool with that.
I like Love
Wait,
Actually.
which one?
It's great.
Okay, so
Love Actually.
I'm gonna stand up for Love Actually, because Love Actually is actually one of my favorite Christmas movies, and the reason it's funny because that was going to be mine. So I guess I'm going to cut ahead of whoever was next, because as a kid, it was like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was my favorite. But as an adult, it became Love Actually. And I really just think it's because Love Actually rides the line of having some of the kind of like cheesy holiday Christmas like love story, but also has some more of the realistic ones when it comes to not every story has a happy ending, and there's a lot more actual adult like relationship type dealings in some of the stories, and that's kind of why I like it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Laura Linney deserved better.
She did.
Oh.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
It's okay. She's got Ozark now. She's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
right.
did,
better.
I was very
Well,
frustrated.
depends on how far in Ozark you are, I guess.
Oh yeah, I was very frustrated every time her phone rang and she was with that really hot guy, and I was like, "Come on." That's me.
But
Okay.
Emma Thompson deserved better too in that one, right?
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
But also the one who fell in love with the prime minister. See, they kept calling her legs tree trunks, and I was like, "Come on, man, she's not even that big." I think that's part of the reason I'm like,
Yeah,
I
that's
assume that was British humor because I'm from Texas and that's normal for us.
I figured it was just early 2000s. When if you're not a size 0, you're obviously fat.
I never really thought of it as a Christmas film, even though a lot of it takes place. I just think of it as sweet, romantic film you can watch anytime. And it spawned my love of communicating only through cards.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bob
I
Dylan did
mean,
that for me.
okay, well, Colin Firth is in it, so all right, we'll give that one a tick as well. Okay, so what about you, Nathan? Do you think, is it just my family that didn't do Christmas movies, or is it an Australian thing, or is it just us?
I think it's an Australian thing because it's summertime, so we're all outside. We're at the beach.
Yeah.
We're outdoors. We're not indoors.
Really interesting. Yeah. I mean, honestly, didn't even think about that until just this moment. And so, so like, what are the movies that you reference the most with regard to Christmas being in the opposite season of snow and trees and all that stuff?
Well, I don't think we actually have an Australian Christmas movie, so it does go back to, Love Actually and all the classics. And for me, now that you say Die Hard, I that is one of my favorites of all time. But also, I Love Actually because when that came out, and I think it came out around Christmas time, from what I remember. Anyway, the first time was around Christmas time, and I did just break up the girl. So I think I cried the whole movie when I first saw it, when I first watched it. But yeah, it was.
Oh, okay. I think we're having a little bit of audio issues with you every now and then. I think maybe your Wi-Fi, but we'll persevere because we've got you most of the time. I think so. Yep. But that's okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. we shall soldier on. Yeah, I think so normally, okay, I'm just going to give you an outline of a traditional Christmas in my family because it is really stinking hot. I'm trying to think of, I'm trying to do the conversion, 114 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Fahrenheit.
That's really stinking hot. Yes.
Is it about right?
Yes.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very hot. Yes.
It's very hot. So it's for us, it's get up early in the morning, straight to the beach, jump in the ocean, come home. It's all about, iced coffees, fruit. It's all about watermelon, mangoes, some kind of, pineapple, some kind of fruit platter, and then some kind of brunch, maybe involving seafood or something if we're lucky. And we don't cook hot food. And then we actually do spend the afternoons now inside in the air conditioning watching movies. But yeah, so I'm sort of getting into the whole Christmas movie thing. But yeah, I don't know, how did we brave it? I think before we were just all out all day because we were young. But yeah. All right, so okay, Janese, what was your favorite Christmas movie?
I was gonna say Love Actually too, but for me, it's not really Christmas until I see the commercials. So you guys know what happened. Charlie Brown Christmas and Rudolph the Red Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman. It's not really Christmas until I see the commercials for those, and I'm just like,
Miser, Cold Miser, yes.
I remember those.
Awesome. Do you still watch A Wonderful Life?
Yes.
That is my dad's favorite movie. He watches it every year on repeat during the holidays.
I mean, if I can jump in, because I'm going to cheat because when growing up, my dad introduced me to that movie, and I love that movie. It's what great storytelling in that movie, and it just was so magical and wonderful, and I associate that with my dad, who is no longer with us, but later then. For good time, fun time, Elf, all the way, Elf. I am an Elf fan and have been forever. And it doesn't matter how many times I've seen it, over 100. And at the end, when the sleigh's going off and Jovi is singing, I still tear up. I still have the goosebumps. And it was just such pure fun and joy and emotion. And I mean, Will Ferrell did it. And it was just great. I love that story. I love it.
Yeah, that's one of the few ones I have seen. That and Daddy's Home, the Daddy's Home movies.
Yeah.
We've seen those. They're really fun.
Does anyone remember the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad, and they were going after this action figure?
Yeah, Jingle All the Way.
I love that.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
That one is great.
Yeah.
What about the Tim Allen Santa Claus movies?
Those are good.
Yeah.
Those are cute.
I
They're good.
like them as well.
The first one was fun.
The first one, yeah, pretty much. And the rest were a bit, but the first one definitely.
Janese, did you see that they're selling off all of the NBC figures from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? They're having an auction and selling all of the claymation figures for that film.
Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah.
I wonder how big those are.
I'm gonna take that.
They're like this size. I went on a tour of NBC when I was a kid, and they showed us all the little sets.
I want the Bumble.
Yes, Bumble's Bounce. Yes. I want Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's time for some Christmas movie trivia, right? I think, Travis, you've got something planned for us.
I do.
Uh-oh.
Get some together. I mean, you've been talking about some of the movies already that I'm going to be bringing up here. Let me just.
Yeah, we've been drinking. We won't remember.
Wait, does anybody else have a movie that hasn't been mentioned yet?
Yeah. Oh, jump in.
A Christmas Story.
Home Alone. And a Christmas
Home
Story.
Alone.
Love Alfie. Yeah.
I have never.
Anybody?
Scrooged. Yeah. Oh, Gremlins. Gremlins.
Scrooged is great.
Scrooge
This
is
is
one
a
of my
Christmas movie?
favorites.
I haven't seen it since I was little.
Which one?
No, mine is Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Has anybody seen that movie? It's a Jim Henson movie. It's the best. Christmas is not Christmas without Emmett Otter and the hole in the washtub.
What is that?
She's from the South, remember?
Steven, you have not seen Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas?
I can't lie. I don't think I know I haven't. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to look that
Oh
up.
my God. It's a Jim Henson movie. The River Bottom
Is it
Nightmare
really?
Band. There's a snake in the band. Yes, it's
movie.
no.
I love
it's
Jim
amazing.
Henson.
It's Muppets. Oh yeah, it's the best. It's hard to get a hold of too. So maybe it's streaming somewhere. Yeah, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, the best.
Okay.
If it's Muppets, like I feel like I've seen them at Disneyland. Emmett Otter somewhere at Disneyland, but I could be wrong.
I just want to know if Travis has a question for that movie.
Did anybody mention a Star Wars Christmas?
No.
Purposefully.
I
That
did
is
see it when it was out the one time. on
I'm
TV.
sorry. That's your trauma.
That's how I lost all this hair.
I know.
I got to work on a Jim Henson production on Farscape, and it was absolutely amazing because at lunchtime we'd be all having lunch, and you're sitting there with a bunch of aliens because they couldn't take any of the gear off, the makeup off, or anything because it took so long to put on every morning. It was fantastic. It's actually one of my first jobs, and I was just sitting there like, what?
Or tell me Ben Browder is not a jerk.
I don't know who that
Does-
is.
Wasn't he the guy who was on Farscape?
Yeah, he was the main astronaut.
Was he what was he dressed as? I don't know. I just
He was
remember
dressed-
all the aliens.
He was dressed as an astronaut and not an alien. He was probably like the
Okay.
one regular dude.
I was on it like as an additional AD for like 2 days. So I wouldn't have even known who that was. I was just
He's
in
also
shock.
American. He was like the one American on the show too, I think.
Probably the one not non-alien at the lunch table. What were you going to say, Jimmy?
Do you guys think Dumb and Dumber is a Christmas movie?
No.
Is there Christmas in that movie?
Yeah, he's chasing her when she's going on holiday.
I totally forgot about that.
I'm gonna say that's my Christmas movie.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There are no
it's a Christmas
rules.
movie.
She's also
saying
Mary
there's a
Swanson.
No rules.
She's
Dance.
Mary Swanson, and if she marries Lloyd, she would be Merry Christmas. So
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that'll.
mine is the oldest one here because my dad used to take me to this cinema that showed old movies, and it's Meet John Doe, which is
Oh,
Frank
Right.
Capra before It's a Wonderful Life.
wow. All right. That's
I'm
another
gonna
one
throw
for
it
my
out with
list.
what about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like the old claymation TV
Yeah, that's
movie that,
we were,
in the vein of, I mean, that is dating myself like crazy, but I saw something recently for my 4-year-old that was like Heat Miser and Freeze Meister. You guys remember
The
these
best.
people?
Yeah,
The
Cold
best.
Miser and Heat
Yes.
Miser, they're the best.
Yeah, they were singing the songs, and
Yes, Trump and Biden, or not Biden.
is that what it was?
It's Trump and Pence. That's who they
Trump
are.
and Pence.
Oh, oh God.
That's awesome. All right. Okay. Sorry, Travis. Now, some Christmas trivia.
Yeah. Okay, let me just get things set up here so everyone can see this.
Nobody told me there was going to be a test.
No, I've been drinking. I'm not appreciating this at all.
Way.
Oh no!
What is
No.
happening?
Oh,
Why are we ranked?
Holy
No.
smokes, this just got
Hey,
elevated.
My competitive.
Went to survivor mode.
That's the only time I'll be an
I-
8.
As an 11 seed, I'd like to protest here.
Wow.
Oh my God, my competitive.
Great, I'm going up
nature
against
is
the
about
host.
to
It's
come out
great.
here.
Oh my God. Okay.
Awesome.
You'll have an
I-
unfair advantage. Remember how saying we didn't do Christmas movies in my house? I'm not going to know anything. So apologies in advance if I'm on your team.
Oh, well, I also didn't do Christmas movies in my house. I had to finally get around to watching the majority of them in college, and I haven't seen probably most of them.
Okay. Well, I was doing other things in college, but sure.
Ow.
Yeah, you were probably having a lot more fun, I will admit.
Is Up in Smoke a Christmas movie?
It is if you watch it at Christmas, right?
That's
Yes.
right.
Okay. What is this, Travis?
So
Yeah, this
there
is
a
terrible.
tournament to see who knows their Christmas movies the best. So I thought I'd up the stakes a little bit, and whoever wins becomes king or queen of Christmas.
Nice.
Wow.
And
Stakes. These are raising stakes. Okay.
You had to put me and Tim against each other. We're so competitive with each
So-
other.
Start.
I want to know.
So
I want
we're
to know
in
how the
Act
rankings worked. Are those just random?
Yeah.
It's all random.
Yeah, how did I get in the
Seeds.
quarterfinals?
Some people got pushed ahead just to do mathematics, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But so some people got a head start. So Karen, Jimmy, you get pushed to the next
I'm
round
s-
automatically.
I'm still gonna lose.
Oh, I'm still gonna lose too. Yeah.
Alright, so Peter and Tim, first person to answer wins. So what are the 3 ghosts that visit Scrooge? during
Ghost of Christmas Past,
Past, present,
Ghost
and
of
future.
Christmas Future, and Ghost of Christmas Future. I was going for the whole ghost of. Sorry,
I know, but it's past, present, and future.
but I started answering first.
So all the ghosts on your list are wrong. If you
That's correct.
Oh no!
Do you know which?
Ghost of Christmas Past, the Ghost of Christmas Present, and the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come.
Yep, you win.
No.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Queen, can you tell me your name?
Tim.
No, you clicked the wrong one. Yeah, there he is.
There we go. So Aminah and Collin.
Oh no.
Oh, geez.
Oh no.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of silence on this question,
Oh
unfortunately.
boy.
One of the harder ones too, actually, that I threw. Funny enough. So what is the name of the department store that has what Ralphie wants?
Oh.
What? The who?
So that had what?
Who
A
wants it?
Christmas Story.
I've seen that
Oh,
movie
no.
500 times.
I've never seen a Christmas Story. I have no idea.
Oh no.
What?
I told you I didn't see Christmas
Department
movies.
store. It is a
Sears
it's
Roebucks? I don't
not
know.
Tiffany's. It's not Tiffany's. That's a different movie. It's Sears. I can't think of any department stores in America right now. I'm having a blank. It's gonna be something so obvious.
I don't know.
Walworth?
Well, Walmart,
Walworth? What was it? called?
Macy's?
Macy's.
Jesus.
What?
Higby.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow,
No,
that's
like I
a
said,
good
I've
question.
never seen the movie, so I have no idea.
We'll move on to the next one, which is a lot easier. What is the name of the main character in Elf?
That's so easy.
Come on, Aminah.
No, but is this for us? Elf.
No.
Yeah,
But it's not. It's not Elf. His name's like Jimmy or something, right?
No.
No,
Oh,
I'm horrible at Christmas.
Y'all are making everybody pull their hair out right now.
His name is Collin.
His name is Will Ferrell,
a-
and he's an actor in Hollywood. And
It's another name.
God.
It's another name for a friend.
His name is Google.
Buddy.
Pal.
Buddy.
There it is.
I have actually seen that movie. Oh my god! I'm
So
so
have I. And that's I'm like. Well, the good news is I don't have to compete in this anymore, so I can just keep drinking.
Just steal our question because I would have had that one.
So I have a bonus question with the last one, which I'm going to give to both you, Sam and Jennifer. What does Ralphie want at Higby's?
A BB gun.
Oh, Red Ryder BB gun.
Daisy Red Ryder. Like it.
Jennifer got it. The Red Ryder.
With this thing in the stock that tells time.
Yeah, he never said Daisy. He just says Red Ryder BB gun.
Mhm.
The Daisy Red Ryder. You guys
Daisy Red Ryder BB gun.
rigged. Fake.
Sorry, Sam.
Sam is now taking this to the Supreme Court.
That's right.
Nathan and Rich, who directed the 1946 classic film It's a Wonderful Life?
Frank Capra.
Yep.
Thank you, Dan.
I have no idea.
Oh God.
Might as well just get this. Yeah.
Holiday film, Chip and Janese. What are the creatures
Mhm.
and gremlins called?
They're not gremlins, I assume.
Oh, see, this one I know. I know.
Yeah.
Trolls?
Oh boy. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't know. Yeah, I'm out on that one.
Any guess, Janese?
Oh.
I thought they were called gremlins.
Yeah, they're not gremlins.
Before they're
They
gremlins?
turn into when they get hit by
Two.
or like eat.
It's not
when-
Mogwai is the
Mogwai.
Mogwai is the name, right? It's his name. Yeah.
Or when they get
Yeah.
wet, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mogwai's right.
That is when they multiply.
Wow.
Oh,
Gizmo.
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Gizmo.
Well, that was
Probably the one
random.
question I would have known.
Me too. Like that was the one thing I knew.
Okay.
So Stephen and Danielle,
Uh-oh.
what is the name
Uh-oh.
of the plaza in Die Hard?
Oh,
Nakatomi Plaza.
Ooh.
there it is.
I don't know.
What?
No, I heard Danielle. I think
Danielle.
that was a tie.
Danielle said it too.
That was, I
It was a
think that
tie.
Tie.
I think
Yeah, that was
those
definitely a
two hit
tie.
at the same
That was
time.
a definite tie.
Okay.
Definitely.
So for the tiebreaker question, what city did the 1947 film Miracle on 34th Street take place in?
New York.
All right, you got it.
So easy. I would have got that one.
I was like, if it's not New York, then I had everything wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry. It actually took place in Jersey City, just across the way. So
Hush.
Okay, so Karen and Tim, in reference to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, what does it mean to have a Griswold house during Christmas time?
All lit up.
Or like have it like a little bit too much as well.
Over the top, yeah. I watched it last night.
I had a job where I got paid to watch that.
You've been studying.
Yeah.
Okay, Aminah and Jennifer, in the 1994 film Santa Claus, what is the restaurant Tim Allen's character takes his son to after burning the Christmas turkey?
Wow.
It's a tough one.
No idea.
I can't think of any restaurants in America right now. It's not In-N-Out Burger. I know that because it's not Whataburger. And I'm trying to think of I'm sorry, I'll stop talking now. No, don't know.
I'll just stick to my brand and say Waffle House.
Nope. Do we want want to jump on to the next question?
I know
Yes.
it's not Waffle House.
Yes.
I want to know the
Yes.
answer.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, yeah.
Denny's.
Oh, I was gonna, of course it is.
Oh,
Of course it is.
yeah.
That's funny. Oh,
That moon's over my hammy.
Well,
Yep.
The thing is, like, you can never tell if they're going to be like actual restaurants or made up restaurants for the movie.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's good. Like
True.
hippies.
Okay. What's the next question?
I'm gonna jump this question because this is a tough one, and I'm gonna move on
Pumped.
to the next one. So in Home Alone, where are all the McAllisters going on vacation? They leave Kendra.
Ugh.
Paris. Paris.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
Quarterfinals.
Rich and Chip.
All right.
But the semis. Wait.
Question that I had. So, what was Harold Langston's? Oh, I'm getting a little bit of feedback from someone. I'm not sure who. Anyone else getting that?
Someone's
I'm
not
hearing it.
not
Yeah.
wearing
I
headphones.
heard it.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Who's not wearing
Good.
headphones?
Yeah, seems better now.
No, I'm still
No.
hearing it.
A little bit.
It's like radio interference.
Oh my God. Is it because you're in the International Space Station?
Call back.
Are you sure that's iced coffee, Aminah?
Okay, so
Creative
what
juice.
was Howard Langston played by Arnold looking for in Jingle All the Way?
Action
The
figure toy.
action figure. Yeah.
Do you remember what it's called?
Super duper man.
Yeah.
It is a real toy that came out right around the same time.
Buzz Lightyear. Is it Buzz Lightyear doll?
Oh,
No.
that would have been awesome. But
That would have been great.
Kung
if it
Fu
was.
Grip G.I. Joe.
No. I don't know the action toy.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
Turbo Man.
Turbo Man.
That was a real toy?
Yeah, it was a real toy. I looked that up when I was pulling over trivia today.
Wow.
Didn't know that was a real toy.
Okay, so we're gonna move into the Christmas cartoons now. From the movie.
Nice.
So where does the Grinch live? Like, what is the name of the mountain?
Mount Crumpet.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
nice.
Nice. Well done.
Gore.
Deep cut, Rich.
You read it?
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
In The Nightmare Before Christmas, once the fog rolls in, who does Jack Skellington place at the head of the reindeer so they can see through the fog?
On his dog, right?
Do you remember the dog's name?
I don't. I remember it's a ghost dog. I don't remember his name though.
Fido.
Yeah,
I'll leave that to Jimmy.
it was Zero.
Zero. That makes sense.
Nice.
Okay, so Tim and Jennifer, when catching snowflakes on his tongue, Linus thought that the snowflake needed something. What was that something?
It wasn't the yellow snow.
And this is coming from Charlie Brown's Christmas.
I love Linus.
Yellow snow.
I'm gonna just start naming stuff: salt, sugar, paprika.
Magic.
No sugar.
Ah,
Yeah.
dang.
I'm not above cheating.
I know the most random ones.
I'll do anything to be king of Christmas, damn it.
Rich and Steven, which Hollywood actor played 6 different roles in the film Polar Express?
Tom Hanks.
Mhm.
Bingo.
That I didn't catch that. Was it Rich?
Yeah, it's rich. Nice.
Now for the final round.
Ooh.
Dun,
What
dun,
was
dun.
this company to do an advert with Santa Claus?
Oh, I know that one. Damn
I know
it.
this one too.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, yep. Tim, you have it.
Oh, wait, I said Coca-Cola first.
Oh,
I said Coca-Cola first. But, let's do a
Actually, I
tiebreaker,
heard 'em
because
both,
I said
yeah.
Coca-Cola first.
Yeah.
tiebreaker then. All right.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Tim better know this one. He's drinking their product.
That's right.
It's all right, Rich. I will be disputing the results of this race.
You can, hey, it's live streaming. We have the results. You'll see it coming
You
out.
have your chance to
it's
shine.
recount, verify the signatures. It's all good.
Yeah. Arizona just came in and it's a tie.
Okay, so in the movie A Christmas Story, what was the name of the neighbor's dog? who ate the
Bumpuses.
Oh, yep.
The Bumpuses dogs.
Oh my goodness.
What was it?
The Bumpuses.
Compasses.
That was
Wait,
Tim.
Wait, Tim said that one, right?
King of
Yeah.
Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, Tim is the king of Christmas.
Very good.
Good job, Tim.
Hey.
Well
On
done.
behalf of
Christmas.
myself.
Is there a song we're supposed to sing? For...
He'd like to.
No.
Tim would like to thank the Academy. And,
Speech.
Oh, I love your trophy. That is the trophy.
Actually,
yeah.
Apparently, I'm drinking a Christmas tree as well.
Ah.
That's perfect. I'm so glad you've got a trophy standing by, ready for this moment. Congratulations.
Look at that.
Awesome. Thanks, Travis. That was awesome. I had no idea what was going to happen just then. So that was fun. So I really want to hear about your projects. What are you working on, guys? And what's your focus for the new year? Because we're coming up on January. I know that you probably have, probably going to take maybe a little break, or over the quiet period of Christmas and New Year, maybe you're planning on hunkering down, outlining treatment, working on something new, Stephen screwing up his face, not. So yeah, I know, there's a lot going on over there at the moment. So you probably have maybe some time to write. So, what are you working on? Who wants to, feel free to jump in. I'd love to hear about some of your projects that you're planning for January. Everybody's volunteering.
It's called Zoom silence.
No, go ahead, Janese.
Oh, Rich. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I step over you, Rich?
You did not. Go ahead.
Starting January, if I can finalize this first feature by the end of this month. Next January, I'm working on a sci-fi feature. And I'm really excited about it because sci-fi, I love sci-fi. But yeah, that, and then a couple of rom-coms. So I'm trying to branch out into a couple of rom-coms and stretch that muscle to see if I'm able to write some rom-coms. This year has been hard of thinking of anything romantic and lovely since earlier this year. But when I sat down to try to write a rom-com, because of everything that's been going on, you just didn't get the feeling to try to write about love when so much hate and sadness and death has been going on. So next year, sci-fi and rom-coms.
Nice.
Is it a sci-fi rom-com? Because I want to see that combination.
There we go.
Yes. It has a smidgen of romance. It has I'm going to say a throuple. It is not a throuple. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, thruples need rom-coms too,
It has
really.
They do. I don't know much about them to write them. So, except the name, I learned throuple this year. I learned about thruples this year. I looked it up.
What I'm getting is it's about a threesome in space.
So Travis, would you jump in on that one?
Is it set at Christmas? Is it set at Christmas time?
It's gonna be a Christmas movie. It's gonna be. Yeah.
Christmas throuple. Wow, that sounds good.
Christmas throuple. Yeah.
There you go.
We should stop what we're doing and break this story right now.
I know. Guys, I'm going to pull all of the cards off that board and we're going to do this, right?
Do it right now.
Do this right.
I'm actually I'm starting to think I should write a Christmas movie. I never had any intention, but now I'm starting to think they're really popular. They make a lot of money. That's what I should be doing.
Yep.
Basically, the Hallmark, that's the Hallmark channel, right? Is Christmas movies?
And Lifetime, and Ion, and Spread, Netflix. I mean,
Netflix is doing it a lot. Yeah.
Has anyone seen that that Christmas Prince movie thing? Because I haven't watched it in the bath while crying. Has anyone watched that?
You're very specific about that, so maybe it didn't happen.
What?
Oh, it's on my list now.
I've seen
it. Yeah. Actually, as soon as we're finished, I'm going to take off all my clothes and go watch it in there. So I'll let you guys know.
Talk about
too much information. Too much information.
Are you getting in the bath, or are you just
bring the tissues?
Taking off your clothes?
Oh. Yikes. Yeah.
Oh,
Nope.
this is,
Chapstick
you've
for you.
lost control. You've lost control.
There's booze involved.
For the crying, for the crying.
Crime.
Mm.
Just plain Kleenex. That's all you need.
Yeah, so I'll go. I'm working with these producers from A Noble Story on Endurance, which is great. I'm in the process of annotating now, and it's the first time I've had to do that, and it's very challenging. And I know it'll take me a bit to do. But in 2021, I'm looking forward to continuing to help them and package this and move this project forward. While I write a rom-com, I'm also stretching my muscles there, and Better Love Next Time is the name of that one. I'm really excited about it. And rewrites, lots. I mean, 2020 for me was very prolific. It's the most prolific year I've had in writing because you're trapped in the house and do that, right? So I created a lot, but I took the time to create and not edit. And so now I'm going to take 2021 to go back and really rewrite some of the things that I did back in 2020. So I'll take the time to do that too.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
I'll try to
awesome.
market my Christmas script too. The one that has done pretty well in competition, Keepsakes Christmas. And it's ready. It's time for it to go out and do its walk. And I'm hoping that the success from Endurance and Rescue Dog, help with that.
Which one advanced in final draft today?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Endurance. Yeah, thank you for that. I was
Congratulations to both of you.
Actually, Jennifer too.
Jennifer too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jennifer too.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Y'all are rocking it.
Which one did you just sell, Rich?
Endurance
cool.
is the one that got optioned. Yeah. So the folks from Noble Story, Andrew and Adam, they're great, and looking forward to working with them. And it's just truly an honor to be able to tell Cedric's story, and it's exciting to see where it's going, and just I'm humbled to be able to do it. And I feel like I'm just a vessel upon which I'm telling his story, and it's exciting.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Great.
Very good, man.
Yeah.
I know you're working on a bunch of stuff, Stephen. You've been knuckled down over the last few months. What are you working on?
I'm finishing a feature that is a sci-fi feature about a Black gamer entering like the world of VR. It's this whole thing, and artificial intelligence and everything. And I'm also working on a couple kind of reality shows that I'm producing. And one of them is kind of like a comedy kind of educational show. And the other is an interview series show with creatives. And so I'm getting all the back-end production done on both of those, so we can shoot those and get those up and going. And in the feature, once I finish that, I'll take that out to pitch and everything. So
cool.
So 2020 has been a lot of creating and writing, and hopefully 2021 will be a lot of selling and producing, for all of us, but definitely for me. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
be able to come back out to
Cool.
play.
I'm hoping this time of hibernation will, has produced some good work for people, and that, people will emerge back into the world in some way. With some great new projects. Jennifer, what are you working on?
Well, I am trying to get staffed. So I have my 2 strong, hour drama pilot samples. So I'm going to work on the next thing I'm going to write is my 3rd one. My 2 right now they're Southern, they're very female centric. So my next one, I'm going to give a male main character a chance. I mean, I have my doubts about how he'll carry the whole story, but we'll see. And it's going to be
it's about time we got a shot.
I thought I would put a hand out and help you guys out.
Appreciate that.
That's International World of Tennis. I know me and Collin are both big tennis fans. Yeah, so it's kind of.
I want to read this whenever she's done.
I cannot wait to finish it. I'm so excited by it. So it's more of an ensemble than I usually write. I usually write more of like one, main character. And yeah, and it's very international, and it's just very different than what I've written, which has been very Southern focused, even though my main character is a Southerner. His nickname is Florida Man, and he's a tennis player. And yeah, so I cannot wait to share that, you guys.
Jen, you're naming your character Florida Man?
Florida Man.
Yeah, well, that's his nickname. His name is Travis Man, but his nickname is Florida Man because he's from Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, we already know what Florida Man's going to get into, so that's.
Yeah.
Do we though?
Shenanigans,
Because
hillbilly shenanigans.
Yeah,
hillbilly shenanigans. Yeah.
But
like I think, like Florida, like it's a whole different level.
Oh, very much. Yeah, Florida is not even in the hills, so yeah.
I'll swamp shenanigans.
By being
Yeah.
eaten by an alligator.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah. Oh,
that's the
there
tip of the
should be an
iceberg,
alligator.
Tim. That's the tip of the iceberg. I lived in Florida for many years, and it's just the tip of the iceberg that the shenanigans we get into.
A drug dealing alligator.
Yeah, we
Oh,
even
my
played
gosh.
the
I'm taking
game.
that.
We played the
did.
game on Colin's meeting last time, where you type in Florida Man and then your birthday, and you read.
Oh yeah.
You read the
Yeah.
headline that comes up, and it's always crazy. It's just
there's always
craziness.
something going on.
Every single day of the year has craziness.
It's the
That's true.
advent calendar that keeps on giving.
Awesome. Collin, what are you working on?
So I will be working on querying and trying to send out all the emails to all the managers and production companies. And then when that inevitably fails, or I don't hear back for a long time, I'll actually work on, I'll hear back at some point. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting to hear back, I'm got an idea for a new pilot about a reporter who has to go back to her hometown when the superstar player dies. They're from the same hometown, the Southern tensions and racism and all that stuff going on. So I want to explore that.
Wait, I'm sorry, there's racism in the South?
I know, right?
Wow.
Racism everywhere, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you type in Florida Man, you put a date.
Your birthday.
Yeah, so family tensions and racism and poverty and riches and all that stuff. So it'd be an interesting concept to explore.
that does sound really rich. It sounds really interesting.
Are you going out with
I love that sort of
Occupied
stuff.
Intelligence? Is that one of the ones you plan to go out with?
That's one of the ones I plan to go out with. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the chance to read that one. It's excellent. I'll have notes, but I'll send them to you. But it's a good read.
Thank you.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you told us what you're doing, Chip?
No. I am. So I've got a script. It's a polish. I wouldn't mind getting one more set of eyes and polish it. It's called The Rabbit, and it is about like pervasive surveillance and the high tech surveillance, that sort of thing. That one's ready. I think pretty close to ready to push out. And I just started writing, and I don't even know if this may be more. Honestly, this may end up being more fanfic than anything else. I don't know exactly how to describe it. I'm writing a pilot based on the movie Heat, the Al Pacino, Robert De Niro film Heat, which is my all-time favorite film. I own no rights whatsoever to do this, so it could just be something I'm doing for fun. But I'm working on a pilot based on the idea of the characters. You remember Natalie Portman's character in the movie? If you guys saw the movie, she was Pacino's stepdaughter, and it's set current time, so 25 years in the future from the movie. But she's basically now a cop and ends up in sort of the same kind of back and forth with the son of Val Kilmer and Ashley Judd's characters from the movie, who got taken away at the end of the movie. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'm about 15, 20 pages into it. I like it so far. It's going to be a 1 hour pilot. And like I said, it may end up very well just being something I write for fun and then to use as a writing sample, but I do like it. So those are my two current biggest projects. I got some other stuff I'm sort of in edit mode on, but those are the two, like one ready to finish and one ready to bake a little bit. So.
Awesome. That sounds super fun.
Yeah.
You should write that, Bip. You should.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Because you've got passion for it. It sounds great.
Yeah.
And like you said, worst case, it's a great writing sample.
Yeah, that's my thought too. So what the heck?
It's been so long since I've seen Heat that I didn't realize Natalie Portman was in it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
And Diane Venura, right?
That's right.
was-
Yep. She is. That's right. And I hate to say, I'll spoiler alert. She'll die in the first 3 pages of the TV show of the pilot.
Killing Diane
Don't say
Bonora.
that. I know. But sorry about that. But no.
Well, best case scenario, you get Al Pacino in there to do a cameo or something.
Exactly. Yep. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, it's fun so far. So
all right. Well, you have my number. So
You've already cast somebody, apparently.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I don't know if you need it, just whatever. Whatever. Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw it to Peter. What are you working on at the moment?
So unlike everybody else, this has been like a terrible writing year for me. I don't know, the whole being in New York City where it was the epicenter of this thing. I've done a lot of revising. And I got about 30 pages into a project that I'm about to abandon. And so the future for me is taking my 24 ideas, putting them in log lines and seeing which one jumps out at me. One is kind of rising to the top right now, a dramedy in which an ex-husband is he's out of work and getting paid by his ex-wife's sugar daddy to...
Is there a throuple going on here?
Set in space.
Yeah. Getting paid by the ex-wife's sugar daddy to, take care of the kid when they go off on their jet-setting life. And so basically what he'd be doing anyway, but getting paid for it, and how that affects him, and what he's able to do with that.
Wow.
Is that more of a drama or like a dramedy, or what do you?
Dramedy. I think it's a dramedy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That sounds great. I love the idea. Yeah. Talk about tension. There's already tension like baked right in just to the idea. So I like it.
Yeah, there's, of course, the initial resistance to taking money but then, he wants to be able to get his kid gifts and take them to things and put them, have a home for them to hang out in.
Nice. There's a sliver of that in Chef.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
There's a sliver of that in Chef. I really like Chef. You should check that out.
Okay. I haven't seen Chef.
It's very good.
John Favreau.
Very, very good. Yeah.
But it sounds
it's gonna make you hungry.
Oh God.
It'll make you very hungry.
It's on Netflix right now too, I think. So if you have Netflix.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Although maybe not where she is.
Yeah.
You never know with Netflix.
In Australia, it's very far behind the States. Actually, we don't have half the stuff that you have.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting though, Peter. It sounds quite sad. So it's good. It's good if you can introduce the comedy element to it. But yeah, it sounds very interesting. I'd be interested in reading that. That sounds good. Nathan, I know that I know you've got a book coming out in February. I know you're heading back to the States March, April or something. What are your plans? Are you writing as well at the moment?
I am. 2020 was a bit of I guess it was a blessing in disguise for me, because I was able to sit and, after getting my book deal, I was able to sit and write, 120,000 words for this book, for my memoir. And that's being released probably around February in Australia. Then I'll come over to the States and release it there, because it is an Australian American story based on my life. So lots going on with that. But what I'm writing at the moment is kind of like an 8-part limited series. A friend wrote a book. He's a therapist in New York, and he's written a book about, he was a therapist at a hospital for kids with cancer. So he would go and sit with these kids and their family for a month or two, for a few months before they pass away, before these kids die. So he's written 8 different chapters of these 8 different stories with these 8 different kids. and they're just heartbreaking and just amazing to read. And it's, these kids who are so, as kids, they're so raw and real, and they teach adults so much about death and about life because they say it how it is. They say what they feel. So he's written these chapters, these 8 different little stories about these 8 kids who have all got cancer and die. And, some of these kids are 4 years old, some of these kids are 16 years old, and it's all, boys, girls, all different races and religions. And it's all based on that. So I'm doing it from the perspective of the therapist dealing with these kids. It doesn't have much to do with the doctors or anything. That it's about the relationship between therapist, kids, and family or parents, and how they all deal with this drama and how they deal with cancer and how they all deal with dying. And so it's, it is dark, but they're some beautiful stories.
Powerful stories.
Powerful, very, very powerful. So I'm writing that, and that's kind of the stuff that I do write about. I do write more kind of real life drama, heavy type stuff. I've also finished a script about my life. So I have the book coming out, but I have a script, a feature length script about my life too, which hopefully, once the book comes out, will elevate the script and get a lot more attention. But I've had producers in New York and LA already tell me to turn that script into like a 5-6 part series, because series at the moment are a big thing. They're so much bigger than movies right now. So, I've been asked to kind of have the movie there on standby, but kind of turn it into a limited series as well. So, I've got a lot to look forward to, and it's exciting, but it's scary because it's my life and I'm putting it all out there. And, there's a lot there, but I also, just before COVID hit, I got cast as a series regular in an Amazon Prime show, which we start filming probably around April, May next year as well. So in New York. So yeah, a lot of acting stuff coming up, but writing at the moment is what's really fueling me and pushing me. So yeah, it's an exciting time.
Terrific.
I really admire you and your courage. We've talked, quite a bit about this, but, I know that you've experienced quite a lot of trauma, and so have I sort of write from a place of having experienced, process it through writing. Absolutely. And I sort of dip into those realms and write about those topics, but I feel like you really have so much courage to go so far into it in a way that I'm still finding the courage to do. And I really, really admire your courage and strength with everything that you're doing.
Thank you. And I've done the work on myself. I've done a lot of work on myself. So I now know who I am and what I want and where I am in the world. And, everyone always says, write what you know, write your own experiences and all that type of stuff. So that's what I'm doing. And it's been hard. It's been very therapeutic and cathartic, but luckily through that process, I've had a lot of producers already interested and a lot of people wanting to jump on board with this story. I might as well tell you guys, I was abused as a kid. I was raped as a kid. So it's all about, Stockholm syndrome and being abused and manipulation and grooming, and what this boy, this young boy goes through with this man, but then what he has to go through in life to survive without telling a soul about what happened to him. I kept it a secret for my whole life for about 25 years. Wow. It first happened to me when I was 8. I first came out about it when I was about 32, 33. So it's, it's about me navigating, or the story is about the main character navigating his way through life with drugs, violence, sex, because he kept it a secret. He was, he had trust issues. He had a lot of trauma, a lot of, the grooming and manipulation as a kid, which has kind of groomed him into who he is as a person now, as an adult now. And it's, it's something that's very prevalent, especially for men, with the whole I've gone blank with the whole toxic masculinity, and men don't talk about this, and we keep it inside, and men are tough and we don't cry and all that type of stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm writing about. Sorry to bring this party down, but yeah, that's what I'm writing about, and that's
powerful stuff.
That's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that.
I have a friend I have a friend in New York, Christopher Anderson, who runs an organization for survivors. He himself was abused as a child, and it's a very good organization. I don't know if you wanted to look into it when you come back.
Absolutely, no, definitely. Aminah, do we have everyone's details, or do we have just so we can email after this and kind of keep in touch and get these kind of details that we, what we're talking about?
Yeah. That you're in.
All right, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. I'd love to learn more about that and know more about that. So that'd be great, because I'm involved with a bunch of organizations and charities here in Australia, but also over there in the States. But yeah, the more people I can speak to, the more people I can help.
But also, I mean, I think it'd be great for them to help promote your book here too.
Absolutely. Thank you. No, that'd be amazing. So let's definitely keep in touch, and please, send over the details.
Okay.
What's the name of your book, if you don't mind me?
It's called Toy Cars.
Okay. Toy Cars. Got it. Okay.
Toy Cars.
Check it out. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Absolutely.
Right.
I'll let you guys all know when it's coming and all that type as well.
Yeah.
Are you planning on doing a book tour around the US when it comes out at some point?
I am. That's what we're dealing with, or that's what I'm talking to now with the distributors and my PR team over there. And I guess it all depends on COVID as well. So, we're hoping to release it here first in February, because all the trauma kind of happened here, but then me hitting rock bottom, and then the group therapy, getting myself better, all happened in New York. So we are selling it as an Australian New York story. So yes, I'll first release it here, do all the PR and promotion and all that stuff for it here. Then I'll head back to New York in the States and do the whole thing over there as well. So yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Yeah, because my wife is a manager at a bookstore. I mean, it's a national chain, but she.
Oh, brilliant.
Is a bookstore manager, so.
No, thank you. Yeah, that'd be absolutely.
Awesome. I'm going to jump in and talk a little bit about my project before I go on, because mine's also in those sort of deep realms, and I want to hopefully lift it up towards the end. But yeah, I'm also writing from a place of trauma. Oh, but so if anyone has a happy story, put your hand up and I'll put you last. Anybody? I'm writing from a place of trauma as well. I'm writing a feature which is about domestic violence, I suppose, but it's really about how people process and survive trauma. And I've realized that through the processing of it, there's no, I wrote a short that won a Screencraft contest and got me to Austin as a semi-finalist, and it was about that. But I think the reason it was interesting to people is because there's no violence in the film. It's just about the psychology of what happens when a very strong feminist woman finds herself in that situation and tries to figure out, hang on, how did this happen to me? Because this doesn't happen to me. And it was, and a lot of what happens around the psychology of it happens in her psyche through ballet. Sort of when she goes into a painting, there's a painting of a ballerina that comes to life in her mind. Anyway, so it's quite arty, but and some of the magic realism that comes in there. But Screencraft encouraged me to write the feature version, and I didn't want to write the feature version. I didn't even want to write the short version, but I was trying to process all this stuff. And so now I wrote the feature version, the vomit draft, and it was, terrible. And then at Austin, I met Meg Lefauve and talked to her about my project, and she challenged me, to said I wasn't going deep enough, and I cried a lot. And then I thought, all right, I'm going to start again, and I started re-outlining it. But I realized that what I had to do was actually go into the psychology of why. So you can sort of go into, well, this woman finds herself in this situation, but why? Why does she not see the red flags until it's, really obvious? So I have to go into childhood trauma and stuff as well, and abuse myself. So it's really full on. So yeah, it's really hard to write, and probably why I'm still outlining this year, because of when we went into lockdown here, which didn't even last very long, but my plan was just to write this film by September, this new draft, and then I started writing for a magazine. I started this podcast, interviewing people, I started doing this whole bunch of other stuff, and which was all great. It's really awesome, and I love writing for the magazine. And but it's sort of like been, I don't know, really good ways to distract myself again from really having to go into those realms. So I'm trying to like go, come on, you've got to do it, because I really want to do it. I really, I don't want to. I've even had a couple of people say to me, maybe this is too hard for you to do this story, and I'm like, I'm so gonna fucking do this story. Like I'm gonna write the hell out of this story. It's like a real personal sort of, I don't know, it's just something I've got to do, and I've got to find a way through it that is going to be cathartic rather than re-traumatizing. So I'm sort of going through those realms as well. But yeah, and my outlining method is very old-fashioned. You can probably see all my cards up on those corkboards over there. I need to see it visually, have it all out in front of me in order to be able to move stuff around and really see what I'm doing. I can't do it on a computer. So I have been outlining quite a lot and thinking quite a lot, and I have started physically writing the outline, but I've just been so busy this year. But I also know that that's an excuse. So because I know that there are people who are, you know, I mean, I work about 16 hours a day on my business. So I am incredibly sleepless and busy. However, I know that there are people who, you know, work in New York, and they've got an hour and a half journey on the train every day, and they write on the train. So, you know, I've got to be able to find a way to put aside an hour or an hour and a half every day and kick myself up the butts. Anyway, that's my, I've got a lot of things done now. So my January, although I have to move house, blah, everything's crazy. But my January is really focused on, writing. So
good.
Getting that baby done, man. So yeah, it'll be a huge, and it's my first feature. So it'll be a huge, not just a triumph for me as a writer, my writing journey, but on a personally emotional level, it's going to be massive for me to get that done. So, wish me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
Thank you.
You got
Set that time aside.
Yeah.
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 It's amazing what you can do
to
to distract yourself, though.
I know. And it's all good stuff. Because I'm doing really good stuff. I'm so busy, man. Like, anyway. Okay. Jimmy Clabots, tell us what you're up to.
Okay, well, I am working on revising a pilot right now that I had put into contests and was a finalist, but I realized it was doing too much and I was front loading it. And so I'm simplifying the story, and it's kind of a fresh take on the world of escorting through the lens of a male escort agency in LA.
That was an interesting story. Yeah.
I may or may not have some personal experience with that. And, but one of the cool layers about it is that there will be like this focus on the female gaze. So through the client's point of view, you'll get to see kind of what is going on in their fantasies versus what's actually happening in reality.
Cool. Is this like a Beverly Hills Housewives being kept very happy kind of story?
No, nobody's happy. Nobody gets what they want.
Nobody's happy.
It was a very interesting
Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Sounds like Boogie Nights, right?
Yeah. The main escort and his trans brother actually run the agency together, and their parents are in the orgone therapy cult, and so they happen to come from trauma, so I only write about trauma.
Seems to be three traumas in a row.
Yay!
Yeah.
Festive and happy.
The trauma train.
Because
throuple of trauma.
Yes. Yeah.
Party.
In space.
Nice callback.
Obviously,
I just
Tim
started.
has to go last because he's never had trauma.
Oh yes, I am.
But I also am outlining a feature because I've never really finished feature, and I think that being able to submit to some of the contests that only take features is a good tool to have. So I'm outlining a dark comedy about a girl who gets addicted to fucking men before they commit suicide because she's immortalized.
You were telling, yeah,
by
Yes.
their memories.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
And she's an addict.
I think we could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think we helped convince Jimmy to write this on the
yeah, I
last
was
call.
on the fence until Collins get together, and then I was like, okay, I got to do the thing.
Absolutely.
Wow. All right. Well, all right. Taking us into completely different realms again, Jimmy C.
You know what Einstein said, if first the idea is not absurd, it has no value.
Right.
That's awesome. That just answered a question for me about my screenplay. Bing. Okay. Danielle, what are your writing plans for the new year?
Well, 2020 was kind of a busy year. It started off really slow, and then I wrote, since we're all talking about darkness, I wrote a Handmaid's Tale spec, and then I wrote 2 pilots, and hour-long pilots, and I wrote a feature. And then National Novel Writing Month came around, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll start a novel, and so I did that. And and then at the end of November, I felt so burnt out that I haven't written any pages since then. So I've been outlining a bunch and just kind of thinking and mulling over some ideas for next year. And I'm going to write a Christmas feature that melds my love of the traditional Home Alone Christmas stories with the Die Hard and the Long Kiss Goodnight. We didn't talk about that.
Ooh,
so,
oh yeah,
very good.
I was just talking about that movie, saying that that movie should be rebooted right now.
Love it. I love that movie. That actually helped, you know, right? That helped me write a pilot of mine. I just love Long Kiss Goodnight, but I'm melding those two and just kind of making something that's for everybody, the people who love both types of Christmas movies. And then I have a pilot that I'm outlining and another feature. And then I hope to finish that book next year. I always make big, lofty goals. And last year was the only time that I actually met all my goals. So, and that was only because I didn't have to commute to and from work anymore. Like I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and when I had to commute, I only got an hour of writing time. But now I got like 2.5 hours every day. Because I'm a mother of 3 and I have a husband and I like them all. So I like to spend my nights with them. So I get up early to write before my day job. So the first couple of months of lockdown were really traumatic, and I didn't know what I wanted to do or what I could do. And I was just kind of sleeping. And then after that, I just kind of kicked myself in the ass. And I was like, you know what? This is a blessing in disguise for me personally, because my kids were all homeschooled. My husband already worked from home, and then I was able to work remotely. So it just kind of, kicked me in the butt to get some stuff done. So those are my goals.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll check in next year. I'll have more wine, and then I'll tell you how I met none of my goals.
More cab. Okay, Tim.
Well, gosh, after Danielle, I've got nothing going, man. Nothing.
Liar. You're the king of Christmas.
That's right.
I am the king of Christmas. But 2020 was a lot of self-promotion. I'm the official king of pimping myself on Twitter.
He's my idol.
On Twitter? Sorry, you're on Twitter. Who are you on Twitter?
And he's always promoting other people too. Don't listen to him.
Well, whatever. But no, I was pushing Pan a lot, which is a sci-fi adventure. You think Peter Pan in space.
It's great.
And thanks.
Yeah,
oh my God, Peter Pan in space having a threesome with
Thruple, yeah.
With Tinkerbell.
With Tinkerbell. I know I was gonna say Wendy, and then I went. But
I don't think Tinkerbell in Tim's version would work very well.
No.
And
I
also
would
Wendy wouldn't
definitely not.
either,
No,
because
she's
that's
a
his sister.
child. Oh, is
He's
he a
his
child
sister.
as well?
No, it's
Yeah.
based loosely, very loosely on the Peter Pan thing, but it's flipped on its head, and it's in space, and it's not the same old story. All of the characters are kind of reversed. The stronger characters are the female characters. Peter is not brave. There is no magic. It's a straight up sci-fi, and it's a lot of fun. So I was pushing that an awful lot. And then I also was promoting some of my other scripts, Chasing the Dead, which was my first feature horror that got any kind of traction. And by traction, I mean 3, as of about a month ago, 3 deals that fell through. So yeah, and it's ironic that it's called Chasing, maybe coincidental that it's called Chasing the Dead, because it is now dead. I'm just killing it.
Never.
But
Never.
I did some time ago. I turned that into a graphic novel that was published by IDW, and that did pretty well. So, I don't know.
Why don't you retitle it "Catching the Dead" and see where it
then
goes
it's all
from?
mine. Yeah.
But now there's IP for it, it's all of a sudden really hot property.
That's exactly right. But no, it was an adaptation of a book that hadn't done very well, but the agent of the author, not to cast aspersions, but he just doesn't want to do a deal that's reasonable. So it just keeps dying on the vine. So bye, it's dead. But this year, I'll be working on my second draft and forward of a sci-fi pilot called Tranquility. And that's very loosely based on Space 1999. Anyone watch Space 1999? Well, Peter did because he's old. Janese because she's a cool sci-fi chick. But no, it's like just the kernel of an idea, but it's nothing like it. But I've got the first draft out on that, and it's a lot of fun. And then I'm outlining a thriller. Of all of the genres that I've written, I've not written a true thriller, and this one is called Chalk, and I've got one person in mind when I'm writing it at all times, Chiwetel Ejiofor. That guy is the man, and every time I think of anything that I'm doing on this outline, I'll think of an idea, and I'll put him in it, and I can tell if it's going to work or not based on the man. So that is my goal, is not only will it be written, but he will find it and he will act in it. So that's my goal. And also I don't know who said to put Florida Man and my birth date, but I think I'm going to push those other 2 aside and do a movie about a Florida man dressed in a onesie who attempts to burn down his house with ragu sauce. That's my moneymaker going forward. So
make it a limited series and you're good.
Smell-o-vision.
Ragu, the story of the Florida man.
The movie. But and I also like taking part in Zoom table reads. I started out with one of my scripts and having a bunch of actors in there, and I just kind of sat back. But then I've narrated a couple and acted in a couple, and that is a ton of fun to get to help bring other people's work to life. And you get to help promote it, and I'm really into that. So that's me.
Awesome. I just remembered my Florida man was arrested at home while exfoliating.
Is that a euphemism?
I'm not sure.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Thanks, Tim. Sam, what are you working on?
Lots.
What is Sam not working on?
Right. Mine is Florida man lets 12-year-old drive Jeep at 85 miles an hour. And also a naked Florida man accused of bizarre crime spree, which probably fits more of my college days. But it's been a weird year. It's been productive. 2020, I got to achieve my childhood dream of I got to audition for SNL as a writer. And
awesome.
Also failed miserably, and they didn't take me, and it was the most healing thing that's ever happened to me.
Who needs them?
Well, I think of Josh Gad. I saw Josh Gad said the same thing, that he didn't get chosen, and it was liberating. So since then, I've been able to I'm tonight, after all this is, I'll be rewriting a film that we have an actress in mind for. And so as soon as the edits are done, it'll go to her. And then the science, and that story is kind of broad stroke. It's called Suicide Jockeys, which is trucker slang for a trucker who's a driver who's carrying hazardous materials. And so it's about, it's like a counselor, a puppet counselor who uses puppet therapy, she's kind of a broken woman who finds herself in the middle of a road rage death race. And
are the puppets doing the road rage? That's what I want.
The puppet is the physical embodiment of her deceased husband, and it kind of haunts her through most of the movie, and then there's resolution. So it's told in like the 5 stages of grief.
Wow.
And it's been a lot of fun. I have a pilot that was a feature, that was a hitman flick that's being shopped right now. And then the science fiction film, the Suicide Jockeys got me enough, I don't know what it did. The company is pushing me to direct, and they want me to direct Suicide Jockeys. So first, I wrote a science fiction flick called Test Drive, which I'll shoot in the next summer, late fall or early fall. And it'll be both a short film and a proof of concept for a feature. And so I also have to write the feature starting in January. So there's very much a calendar, and I'm really worked well in having a set schedule. So I have that, and then maybe I get to ski for a day or something. I don't know. Vacation time right now, but we've been, I'm a bit like Danielle. My kids actually like me, and my wife likes me, I think. She's probably maybe watching this and say no, but she, I love spending time with my family. So that's all I've been doing is writing and then spend time with the family. And it's been a really fulfilling, rewarding year. I love my manager, absolutely love her, Audrey Knox from the Cartel. And we've had such a good relationship together because we're both the same kind of people, like driven and hardworking and to the point, but also silly. So being able to switch those on and off has been really rewarding. I only wish that I'd met her sooner. I really feel it's a bit like I feel with my wife, but they're putting me on a path that I'm happy to be on, and I'm really embracing this. So when I bitched to Collin about having to go back to work, I'm really content for maybe the first time in my life as a professional, as a full-time writer. So
nice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sam, I assume that you've probably done this, but have you looked on Wikipedia for all of the trucker slang terms?
Yeah. Yeah, so I riddled this thing. So I grew up in a really small town in the Midwest, and we had a CB radio. And so my wife always tells me I've tried to include puppets in every film I've ever written, which is probably true because I was traumatized by the little bastards when I was a kid. But like the trucker thing was always in my grandparents. And so, yeah, part of her journey is learning trucker slang, which
What's
helps
your
her.
10-20?
What's that? Yeah,
what's your 10-20
right.
rubber duck?
Unfortunately, I speak fluent truckers, so I'm not ashamed.
I grew up on that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's its own world, and it's pretty fun. I always like films, no matter what the film is. I like when you learn a little something, and I think it was fun to explore trucker life a little bit as they kind of move through this world where they're trying, because truckers will end up saving them, is what, spoiler alert, but it's that they bond with the trucker nation. And I just remember movies from you remember Duel, Steven Spielberg?
Oh yes.
Directorial debut. I loved that film as a TV movie.
Classic.
And then Convoy. They had this string of trucker movies, and I kind of keep, how things just keep coming back in Hollywood.
Convoy.
My trucker movie gonna hit at just the right time when there's a slew of these trucker movies. But
what, you're not gonna say Smokey and the Bandit? You're not gonna include
that? Yeah, I expect that stuff to come back, but I'm not counting on it. Oddly enough, science fiction was the thing that has garnered the most attention, and I think it's easier to break in. Now that I'm doing this, I think it's easier to break in with science fiction. I hear a lot of people writing, but might have gone that way first because comedy's fun, but it's pretty niche. It's pretty hard to get in that way. It's a science fiction, which I love.
It's hard to be funny. It's hard to be funny on paper.
Yeah, I got a lot of bad reads on Blacklist and like, or not bad reads, like bad grades, like 3s and 4s, like with comedy, you know. But it was so yeah, you know, writing a sketch comedy packet, that stuff's been great. And I've written jokes for the first time. It was a lot of fun to do that, and stretching my legs has been wildly rewarding. But I do think that my heart has always been in the science fiction world too. So I'm splitting time, and hopefully the directorial thing will take off, and we'll be in a upgrade next year. So
that's awesome.
Nice.
I'd be very disappointed if the final scene of your film isn't someone turning over their shoulder going, "Keep on trucking." Then it goes to
actually it's in space, and they whisper 3 seconds right there at the end.
Keep on. Something that rhymes with trucking.
Trucking, yeah. That's the
troubling. Keep on troubling.
Keep on.
Oh, speaking of directing, I directed my my first short this year in isolation as well. I shot a short film in isolation. I shot it myself and directed it, so I'm in post for that as well. So that was another good excuse for not finishing my feature, quite frankly. Anyway, Karen, I chose you last because of your bright, happy Christmas jumper, and then I remembered that you write really dark. Anyway, what are you working on?
Comedy, actually. No, I'm just kidding.
Dark comedy.
Yeah, exactly. I wish. It's so hard. 2020, the end of 2020 has actually been pretty busy. I joined a UCLA workshop, and so planning to complete 2 features by June. And that's, for me, that's going to be tough because I've finished features before that will never see the light of day, but definitely not within that time frame. And so the workshop's going to, I think, help me with that. And they are dark dramas. One's kind of a father-son redemption story. And the other one, which is I have yet to finish outlining, is going to be kind of like a psychological thriller. And I'm really excited about it. But all my stories are very character driven, and they focus on relationships, and that's where my strength is. So when it comes to structure, that's where I really have to focus because it's not my strength. And psychological thriller, it's going to be all about the pacing and the reveal and the non-reveal. So I'm excited about that. But that'll probably hopefully keep me busy through June, and then I start the revision process on that. But if I have a breathing room in there at any point, I've also toyed with the idea of starting an outline for my TV series. It's kind of like a crime mystery thriller in the vein of like the BBC series that love those detective type series. I've only written 1 pilot ever, so TV is not really my format, but this idea really lends itself well to at least 5 seasons. And just knowing that far ahead gives me confidence to try to do that. And then doing an Austin Film Festival, I got my producer's badge, woohoo, whether it's going to be in person or virtual. I've been going for the past 2 years. That's how I met Aminah. So
hey, we met waiting in the t-shirt line and hit it off.
Literally like day 1.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, kismet. But
Austin. So great.
Yeah, Austin's so great.
Yeah. Did you get the t-shirts that you were there for, or were they sold out?
Got the t-shirts.
T-shirt
and
and probably
went there, did it, got the t-shirt.
There you go.
But did you get the torchies? That's more important. So
what? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Torchies tacos, best tacos on the planet. So
they are.
Yeah.
But maybe you never got torchies.
Why didn't you tell me about that, Stephen?
I guess I was too busy going off my Torchy's high. I must have forgotten.
Wait, we had tacos one night. We had dinner somewhere on East 6th Street.
That was good. I can't remember the name of the place. It wasn't Torchy's though, but it was good.
So that's a no. So another reason to go back.
Yeah. I guess Torchy's and Voodoo Donuts and AFF shirts. Whatever else you guys need. Just let me know. I'll add you to the list. Merry Christmas.
Well, are you saying over right before Christmas? Are you guaranteeing that?
Wow. I'll do what Amazon does at this point, right? And say not guaranteed it'll get there before the 25th.
They arrive after Christmas. Yeah.
Okay, it'll just extend the holiday because that's what this year's all about. Is you're home anyway. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Been one long week all year.
I've called it Blur's Day since March 14th. It's just
Blur's Day. So wait, sorry, were you finished, Karen?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, yeah, that's pretty much. I think a stretch goal actually would be writing a spec script for What We Do in the Shadows. Have any of you seen that?
Oh, that's a fantastic show.
That would be great.
I love that. That's my kind of humor, and I have an idea, and I think that would be so fun to write for that. So I think that's my stretch goal for 2021. Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
Be great. I love that show.
That would be heaps of fun, and then you can introduce me to Jake McDormand.
Not Taika.
I know, right?
Yeah. So a quote from, you see that new video that he did, where he just goes, "What are you doing here? Fuck off and write."
Yeah.
Sound advice. Well, we're going to have to wrap up here, guys. It's been nearly 2 hours. I want to wish you all the very best with all those projects. They all sound so great and interesting and very diverse and meaty. I can't wait to hear more about them, and good luck with them all. I know that there's a lot going on in the States at the moment, so please stay safe and well as well.
And to you.
Thank you.
Yep. Stay cool.
Yep.
Cheers.
I will. I can't turn this off. Oh, you meant at the temperature? All right.
Yeah.
And,
it all works.
and and Nathan, we'll chat before you go back to the States. Good luck with your entry into 2021. All the best. We're all in touch anyway on Twitter, etc. So I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you so much to my producer, and thanks for setting up that quiz and all of your
Good job.
Thank you so
sleepless
much.
hours.
Thank you.
The fix
And-
was in, Tim.
All praise to him.
I want to challenge the signatures.
That's right. Yeah. Rich
Turns
is
out Tim has
demanding
3
a
more.
recount.
I'll watch the replay for you.
That's true. There is a replay, so we can see in real time. And congratulations to Tim, the king of Christmas movies.
Right.
Thank you so much to my guests, Stephen DeBose, Nathan Spiteri, Peter Feuchtwanger, Rich Orstad, Jennifer Dunn, Danielle, Nicki, Collin Lieberg, Jimmy Clabots, Chip Riggs, Janese Taylor, Tim Westland, Sam Tahhan, and Karen Franz. Thank you so much for joining me on the lounge for our very first holiday special.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Thanks for
us,
having us.
Aminah.
Yes.
Bye,
You're
guys.
welcome.
This was
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Great fun.
Happy holidays.
Woman Productions in Australia, produced by Travis Currie at Currie Media in Canada. Subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, or wherever you find your podcasts, and watch us live via the Aminah Hughes pages on Facebook or Twitter. I would like to extend a big thank you to my very special guests and to all of you beautiful people for watching or listening. Thank you for joining me on The Lounge.